All right, I got him.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. If I could have everyone's attention, please. We're about to start what will be a not very long but important part of the celebration tonight of Justice Marie Garibaldi. My name is Lynn Newsome, and I am president of the New Jersey State Bar Foundation. On behalf of the trustees of both the Bar Foundation and the Bar Association, I am honored to welcome all of you, family, friends, and colleagues of Justice Garibaldi, to the New Jersey Law Center for this special event. I thank all of you for your support of this dedication ceremony, with particular thanks to Justice Garibaldi's family and those who are here tonight. As you all no doubt are aware, Justice Garibaldi was the first woman state bar president and the first woman associate justice of the New Jersey Supreme Court. Another beloved New Jersey native, Meryl Streep, once asked, "What does it take to be the first female anything?" "It takes grit and it takes grace," she said. Add to that, in the case of Justice Garibaldi, an incredible intellect, empathy, hard work, and a marvelous sense of humor, and as we were talking about earlier, the love of dance. Justice Garibaldi's early love of political science, economics, and history led her to study law, where she successfully blended all these interests into a versatile record of professional, civil, corporate, and government service. Though she modestly attributed her success to hard work and simply striving to fulfill all of her commitments, Justice Garibaldi's legacy reveals her keen intellect, courage, and commitment, which enabled her to blaze a path for not only women in the legal profession, but for all. When asked during an interview in the summer of 1982 how it felt to be the first woman bar president, Justice Garibaldi humbly responded, in an effort to encourage more active participation by women in the bar, that she merely was a symbol. When asked her obligation to other women as first woman bar president, she simply responded that the best thing she could do to help women is to be a good state bar president. She was. There is a beautiful plaque honoring Justice Garibaldi and her many accomplishments, as well as some lovely framed pictures of her in the boardroom, which will become part of the permanent structure of this law center. I encourage everyone to take a look at them if you have not done so. She was born in 1934 in Jersey City. She was the only child of Dr. Louis and Marie Garibaldi. She was, as anyone who knew her well, a devoted daughter. She attended Connecticut College and graduated with honors. She was one of only 12 women in a class of 253 when she received her law degree from Columbia. In 1963, she earned a Master's of Law from New York University School of Law. She was admitted to the bars of New Jersey, New York, and the District of Columbia. Justice Garibaldi served as the New York Regional Counsel for the Internal Revenue Service before joining and later becoming a partner at Riker, Danzig, Schuyler, Highland, and Peretti. She also was a municipal court judge in Weehawken. Service to the legal profession was a hallmark of Justice Garibaldi's career, and we continue to be grateful for her extraordinary and inspiring service. She was a devoted bar member and later a leader. She encouraged all attorneys to active participation in the bar. In an interview she gave at the time of her installation as New Jersey State Bar President, she said, "Attorneys who are actively involved in the organized bar are usually the most successful. I think there is a correlation. It's important to be visible. You can be a genius, but if no one knows about you, you're not going to get anywhere." The organized bar and other activities give attorneys a great opportunity to meet other attorneys and judges and to advance in the legal profession. Her involvement in the bar started in 1970 when Justice Garibaldi was elected to the Executive Council of the Taxation Law Section of the State Bar. She served as section chair from 77 to 78. She was among a group of lawyers who formed the New Jersey State Bar Association Women's Rights Committee in 1972. By 1978, she was the first woman to be elected as an officer to the Board of Trustees, and in 1982, she became the first woman president of the New Jersey State Bar Association. The extent of that achievement is evident by the fact that while she was its first woman bar president, she was the bar's 83rd president. Not surprisingly, she had a very successful year as bar president. She established major and ongoing initiatives, including providing resources and support to practitioners to increase efficiency in legal offices, creating a special task force on alternative dispute resolution. She was very much ahead of her time, and sending attorneys into the community through a living law series of seminars in order to improve the image of the profession. As she put it, when people have the opportunity to meet attorneys in person, talk to them, and learn about the law, they form a much higher and different opinion of attorneys than any mythical stereotype could provide. The public will see that attorneys care. Justice Garibaldi was at the heart of the creation of the Bar Foundation's award-winning, nationally recognized mock trial competition for high school students. She worked with her friend and successor as president, who's here tonight, Vincent Abrazizi, to not only establish the mock trial program, but to secure its future by drawing in volunteer lawyers and judges from among the profession's highest echelons. 35 years later, the competition continues to attract the best and brightest teachers and students and hundreds of volunteer attorneys, and its final competition is judged by the Chief Justice of our Supreme Court. In 1982, she was appointed to the New Jersey Supreme Court by Governor Thomas H. Kane as the first woman Associate Justice. While on the Supreme Court, she chaired the Committee on Complementary Dispute Resolution. In 1998, the American Inns of Court Foundation established the Justice Marie L. Garibaldi American Inn of Court for alternative dispute resolution. During her years on the bench and in retirement, she continued her support for the organized bar and led various New Jersey State Bar committees. Her service to the profession and the community included many board positions, directorships, and honorary degrees. How do you put in words how extraordinary she was and how impactful her influence in the legal profession? In 1982, in a column she wrote for the New Jersey Lawyer, she commented upon the pride we should all feel being a lawyer or a judge in this time-honored profession, which she noted, in her words, can and has changed the way we live for the better. She further noted that, quote, decisions we make today as bar leaders, judges, and attorneys affects us not only today, but 25 years from now. In words which ring as true today as they did 35 years ago, she counseled us to do the best possible job we can here and now, to do right in our own time, because in the final analysis, that is what we, the legal profession, owe to ourselves, our families, our fellow citizens, and the future. And that's a quote. Justice Garibaldi's tenure as bar president made the bar a better organization. She opened its doors not just as a symbol, but as an inspiring leader to another generation, or now two, of future women leaders, many of whom are in this room today, including myself. Her vision for the bar, her call to leadership, and her pride in the profession continue in the many programs and events which both the Foundation and Association oversee daily. Given her generosity and that of her family, her influence will continue as the Foundation prepares to administer a scholarship in Justice Garibaldi's name to benefit women as part of the Garibaldi family legacy. Today, we salute Justice Garibaldi's legacy as a woman, a daughter, a family member, a friend, a colleague, a lawyer, and a Supreme Court justice. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the New Jersey State Bar Foundation and Bar Association, it is my honor tonight to dedicate the Honorable Marie L. Garibaldi Boardroom at the New Jersey Law Center. Thank you. Now I am pleased to introduce the President of the New Jersey State Bar Association, Thomas H. Prohl, for some remarks. Tom, thanks.
Thank you, Lynn, so much. So I'm president for 22 more days, not counting, but I wanted to say welcome to all you. Greetings on behalf of the State Bar Association. We're honored to have several justices, commissioner, and past presidents who I will soon be joining in your ranks, and to our members as well. It's a distinct and special honor to greet you on behalf of the 18,200 members of the New Jersey State Bar Association. I offer the association's deepest respect and appreciation as we celebrate a pioneer in our legal community, Justice Marie Garibaldi. Through my prism as the first openly gay president of the State Bar Association, it is poignant that I reach back through the years and thank and honor someone who was a first in so many ways. Justice Garibaldi graced us by her dedication to the State Bar and the rule of law in a unique and groundbreaking way that continues to inspire us as we assemble in this building to dedicate the boardroom to her. We enshrine her legacy as a permanent fixture of our organization tonight. This marks a fitting and solemn recognition for what she has done to and for the State Bar and the justice system. And it's right that we offer this tribute to someone who so courageously overcame many barriers and left us a gift in the progress and advancement that is brilliant as the shards she left on the floor as she blazed through the glass ceiling. She was a leading lawyer in the tax field, the first woman to be named president of the New Jersey State Bar Association, and the first woman to be appointed as a Supreme Court justice in 1982. Justice Garibaldi was truly a trailblazer, and her achievements changed the trajectory of New Jersey's legal profession and case law for many years. She opened up the possibilities previously unheard of for generations of women that alone would have been a feat to honor and recognize, but she did so much more. Justice Garibaldi left a mark indelible on the jurisprudence of our state with thoughtful and well-reasoned decisions. When she retired in 2000, Justice Garibaldi had authored 225 opinions on a wide range of topics. So tonight, our profession and the people of our great state are better off for the many accomplishments and achievements of justice that Justice Garibaldi provided to us. So it's fitting, again, her legacy be remembered here permanently at the New Jersey Law Center at the heart of the state's legal profession. So thank you.
Now, on behalf of the Fellows of the American Bar Foundation, it's my pleasure to introduce Susan Feeney, who's a past president of the association, currently New Jersey co-chair of the Fellows, and also the vice president of the Bar Foundation. Here's Susan to offer some comments.
Thank you, Lynn. I am here tonight on behalf of the New Jersey Fellows of the American Bar Foundation. Many of you in the room are the Fellows, and basically what the Fellows is that it is an honorary organization of lawyers and judges, law faculty, legal scholars, who in their public and professional careers have demonstrated outstanding dedication to the welfare of their communities and to the highest principles of the legal profession, and Marie Garibaldi was a Fellow. Membership in the Fellows, as many of you in the room know, is by invitation only and is limited to 1% of the licensed lawyers in each jurisdiction. Probably many of you in the room were probably nominated by Marie Garibaldi for such an honor. The Fellows were established in 1955, and basically the contributions of the Fellows in all the states support the research of the American Bar Foundation, and the American Bar Foundation does a variety of research to benefit both the legal profession and also educational kind of programs. The New Jersey Fellows have 2 dinners a year that many of you in the room, again, have attended, and in having those dinners over the years, we have been fortunate to be able to raise some money. So at various times, we have also established scholarships at the New Jersey law schools in memory of certain fellows. And I should mention, I don't think my co-chair, Justin Walter, can make it tonight, but I know Rich Bottolato is here, and for many years, Richie was a co-chair of the fellows too, and he's basically, I think, responsible for me standing here tonight as a co-chair. Justice Garibaldi became a fellow in January of 1982, and I have a kind of amusing story to tell. I just always assumed she was the first woman in the New Jersey Fellows because of all her other accomplishments, but I figured before I said that tonight, I should confirm that with the ABF office out in Chicago. So yesterday I emailed my contact there and I said, I just want to confirm that Justice Garibaldi was the first female fellow from New Jersey. And I got an email back telling me, no. In 1968, Isadore Hornstein was the first female fellow. And I looked at this name and I said, Isadora Hornstein, I've never heard of this person. So my secretary and I did a little research today, and we found out that Isadora Hornstein was a very reputable and well-known Jersey City attorney, but indeed, Isadore is a man. So, so Justice Garibaldi was the first female fellow in New Jersey, and I called Chicago and they said that they will change their database to indicate that Isadore is indeed a man. So Justice Garibaldi served as a fellow. She also served on the executive committee of the fellows for many, many years, and I have many memories of when Bill McGuire was with us that we would get together at the North Club, and Bill always required that we had tuna fish. We all had to eat the same thing, and where some of us complained about eating what Bill wanted, Marie was always kind of like, hey, whatever, you know, tuna fish it is. Even after Marie made her initial contributions to the fellows, she, for all the years she was a fellow, was what we call a sustaining life fellow, which meant every year she was contributing to the fellows. And again, she served on the executive committee until her passing last year, and we always had a lot of fun with her. She was always a friendly face at our dinners. I would say that everyone always kind of fought to position themselves to sit next to Marie, because we always wanted to hear, you know, what she was up to, and she also always was interested in hearing about everyone's professional and personal lives. So that brings me to why the fellows are here tonight. There, as you know, the New Jersey State Bar Foundation, as a way to raise money for the foundation's programs, has the bricks in the portico when you walk into the building out here. Some of you may have already seen it on your way in, but if you did not, I would say please look at it on your way out. The fellows have basically purchased, and as someone corrected me tonight, not just one brick, but 6 bricks, and what we did was basically we commemorated not only her service to the Supreme Court, but also her service as the New Jersey State Bar Association president, and then last but not least, her service to the New Jersey Fellows of the American Bar Foundation. So please, on your way out, where you see the 2 potted plants there, the topiaries, if you look kind of over to when you're walking out of the building to where the right one is and look down, you will see the series of bricks in Marie's honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. I want to thank all of the judges who are here this evening. Justice Patterson, Justice LaVecchia, Judge Arleo, Judge Simandl, Judge Hayden, Judge Cooper. Thank you all. I'm probably missing somebody. I apologize if I am. But thank you so much for being here tonight. I also want to thank the past presidents of the Bar Association for being here. We had a pretty good turnout, and I appreciate everyone coming here tonight to honor one of our own. Our next speaker is the Honorable Madeline Cox Arleo, United States District Judge for the District of New Jersey. Judge Arleo also holds the distinction of having been a former Justice Garibaldi law clerk. So, Judge Arleo.
Thank you, Lynn. And thank you for the great honor of allowing me to speak at the dedication of the boardroom to our beloved Justice Marie. Much has been said about Justice Garibaldi's status as the first woman to serve as president of the Bar Association, this great Bar Association, the first woman to serve on the New Jersey Supreme Court, and the first woman poised to take the helm as chair of the Board of Trustees at Hackensack Hospital. She was truly a trailblazer and led the way for so many other women to follow in her footsteps. All of our journeys were so much easier because of the wonderful work done to clear the path by Justice Marie. As someone who had the privilege of serving as her law clerk and a member now of the Garibaldi law clerk family, I can tell you that she was the first for us too. The first to give us the opportunity of a lifetime to serve on the greatest state Supreme Court in the land. The first to make us, as young, completely inexperienced lawyers, feel special and smart, the first to guide us in our legal careers, the first to make us feel secure in the knowledge that she was always by our side, gently guiding us where we should go, even if we hadn't figured it out yet. She will be remembered not just because she was a first, but because she inspired us, all of us. She inspired us because of her wisdom and her goodness, the wise jurist who lived the premise that wisdom and compassion are indivisible, who taught us as new lawyers to respect intelligence, but to respect kindness more, to follow her lead in being kind and generous, not just with our treasure, but with our time, devoting it to great institutions like this Bar Association. She always reminded us that the practice of law is a privilege, and the practice of law is a noble one. As we're here today to celebrate all that we loved about Justice Marie, her wisdom, her loyalty, her goodness, and her friendship, she brought out the best in all of us. She made all of us not just better lawyers, but better friends, spouses, daughters, and sons, mothers and fathers. She gave so unselfishly of her time and treasure to the Bar Association, and it is a stronger and better organization because of her leadership and friendship. It is so fitting that this boardroom is dedicated in her honor. May she continue to inspire another generation of lawyers like she has inspired us. Thank you.
It's now my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Janie LaVecchia, Associate Justice of the New Jersey Supreme Court. Justice LaVecchia.
Justice Garibaldi is responsible for the light coming on. Hello, friends. Let me thank you, Lynn, for inviting me, and I'm pleased to be representing our court along with my colleague, Justice Patterson, this evening. I have to say, is this not an incredibly remarkable event? Think about it. This dedication is so special, not just because it's a dedication, but because of this. After years, some would say decades, in fact, of women fretting about how difficult it was to get into and make it in the boardroom of the powers of office in business and in law. Today, we have the New Jersey State Bar Association, the representative of all of the attorneys in this state, generally in this whole great state, dedicating its own boardroom to a woman. I think that's great. I think that's just great. Now, of course, this is not just any woman attorney or judge who's being honored in this tremendous way. This is Marie Garibaldi, first female state bar president, as has been noted over and over again today, our first female justice on the New Jersey Supreme Court, but also a woman of special character, ability, warmth, and I would say charm. The word that always came to me when I thought about Justice Garibaldi and my interactions with her and the ones that I witnessed her have with others was kindly. She was kindly to everyone, while at the same time being a truly exceptional lawyer, jurist, and colleague to her fellows in practice and on the bench. Now, when she retired from the bench, some of you may remember that there were many editorials. I certainly remember them. I have some of them still. And I was looking at them just recently in preparation for today's remarks. And many of them noted her many firsts in position, which we've been talking about so far this evening and are mentioned on the plaque. They also talked about her significant opinions, such as the 1991 that she authored that opened up the Princeton eating clubs to women, or the 1993 opinion where she defined the standards for sexual harassment claims under New Jersey law. But importantly, in those same editorials, then and as well as now when we're pausing to remember her memory, people thought about other types of firsts for which she was known. The New Jersey Law Journal back then wrote about how she was often among the first to send a reassuring smile from the bench to a nervous advocate in front of the court. I can tell you that firsthand, that was true. She was the first to congratulate a former clerk or associate on a new job or a baby that had joined in family, and the first to encourage young lawyers and others generally working in the legal profession to strive to reach their ideals. That was Marie. In short, the editorial aptly wrote that she brought, quote, humanity and warmth to the all too cloistered world of judicial review. It is cloistered.
but it wasn't for her. She reached out over and over again. What I would add to the thoughts that I saw in those editorials over and over again is this. She was precisely the perfect woman to have been picked by Governor Tom Kean to be the pivotal first woman justice here in New Jersey. She had just the right personality, disposition, and legal acumen to demonstrate to everyone that a woman could serve, and serve well, on the New Jersey court, the highest court of this state. She and her kindred pioneers, Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, who was her friend right from the beginning of their close-in-time appointments, as well as Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who attended Columbia Law School with Justice Garibaldi and graduated in the same year, 1959. They plowed the field for all the future women to serve as jurists in this state. For Justice Patterson and myself and others like us on the Supreme Court, as well as other judges on the courts of this state and in the federal system surrounding us, we couldn't have a better example to emulate, I think, than Justice Garibaldi. Now, some of you may know that on our court, each of us on the court have essentially an ancestral tree. We can trace the lineage of our seat back to one of the original 7 first justices on our court after the establishment of the court following the 1947 Constitution. And we do that. We have this tree that we keep in our desk drawer at home. It's nice, but there's a special lineage that we women justices on the court have and will always have. The ones who served before Justice Patterson and myself, the ones that served with us while we have been on the court, and the ones that are yet to come. We will always share a special lineage to our special role model, which is Justice Garibaldi. So on behalf of the court on which Justice Patterson and I sit, we join in saluting our first Madam Justice with this boardroom dedication in her memory. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Justice LaVecchia. Thank all of you for your lovely comments. And that concludes our program this evening. I want to thank everyone again for being here. This wonderful tribute to Justice Garibaldi, Justice Marie. We love her and will always remember her, and she will continue to inspire all of us. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening. The bar is still open, and I should be coffee and desserts outside as well. Thank you again.
That was excellent, Lynn. Really, your speech was really good.
Again, told a nice story.
Theirs were, we're good. I think